Hello and welcome to yet another video about the LVO teasers. So, Salamanders 40k coming soon. What is it? Where is it? Let's chat about it. Yeah, so Games Workshop dropped these on the horizon pictures in the roadmap, the teasers for what's coming in the future or on the horizon, which means at some point this year for Warhammer 40k. Now, a lot of people were instantly, and myself included, were like, wow, what is that? Is that a salamander? Which you can, when you actually zoom in, you can actually see the icons on the top of the Gravis armor, and then other people speculated that it could be something else. But we have seen this artwork before, and here it is, right here. This is the artwork, and it's actually from a 9th edition box. So I believe it was in 9th edition during one of the Christmases. Each of the chapters got a specific different army box for their army. And the Salamanders got one that was mostly Gravis armor, a lot of aggressors and heavy intercessors and etc. And the front cover has this guy on it. Now, this is the same Marine. So what does this mean? Are the Salamanders getting a Codex supplement? Now, that's pretty mental if that is true. Now, a lot of things that we've heard is that there's a lot of Space Marine characters getting updated. So, likes of Lysander, the Salamanders like Vulcan Heston, Pedro Canto, and a lot of the others, and that are not Gravis or not in Primaris armor, and not Primaris Marines at all, are probably going to be updated. Now, we've already had the White Scars and the Raven Guard, and the Iron Hands have all got a Primaris character, but the likes of the Crimson Fists, the Imperial Fists, they don't have them yet, and obviously the Salamanders don't. So, is this going to be an entire Salamander detachment army release? Interesting. Or is this going to be like a supplement book for Codex Chaos Space Marines to cover those chapters with some new sort of characters to support it? Now, I'm not unsure, and I will kind of sort of look down at initially and think that maybe we go back to what 9th edition was, where we had a supplement book for all of these different chapters, or are we just going to get an additional book with them all in and then have that? But that is definitely a Salamander, and that is definitely this artwork. So it's kind of intriguing to see what that could be. Now, obviously, we have a certain Primarch linked to the Salamanders, who is very much alive and has very much returned to 40k many times in the timeline. The Beast of Rising series being one of them. And, let's just put it out there. There's a chance that Vulcan could return with a Salamander Codex. I'm going to be doing a series of videos on each of the Primarchs and how they could potentially return, not based on any rumors or anything like that. It's just like, if Games Workshop wanted to bring them back, could they? Potentially. So yeah, let's just sort of, I'll keep that for that. But yeah, so Salamanders getting their own codex. Personally, I don't think that's probably what it's going to be. I think this is going to be a Salamander character, alongside an Imperial Fist, Pedro Canto, and some of the other chapters that are kind of sort of mentioned in the Space Marine Codex, but kind of not really loved. And I think that's probably where this is going to be. And I think it'll be some form of like supplement successor chapter book for those chapters with a number of other detachments for the Space Marines to cover them, which would be kind of cool. But, that is definitely it. So what do you think? Do you think we're getting a Salamander Codex Salamanders? That'd be kind of awesome. I don't think they've had a proper army list since the Armageddon book in 3rd edition. And even then, it wasn't really a full army list. It was like a couple of cool units. The main army list in that book for Marines was the Black Templars. But the Black Templars ended up with their own codex and becoming their own army. Could the Salamanders be getting the same? And let's remember that the the Space Marines for Space Marine 2 are going to be getting a Salamander DLC cosmetic pack in the very near future. Could this tie in with that? Maybe. Could we see a Salamander unit of snipers? Maybe. Is that why the Space Marine 2 went down the sniper route? Could we be getting some Salamander snipers for Warhammer 40k on the tabletop? Maybe. I mean, they did literally talk about Space Marine 2. You know, do I need to put tinfoil on my hat and act like a knob like Valrak? Maybe. No? Yeah. It could potentially happen. I mean, we will see in the very near future, but the speculation is fun. We can have a lot of hype about it and get really excited. I'm just really cool and really kind of sort of happy about the actual things we're getting. There's a lot of power armor coming this year, like be it Chaos power armor or Loyalist power armor. There's Black Templars on there, and when actually zooming in on this picture even more, this picture on the left, which I initially thought was a Space Wolf, that's not a Space Wolf. That's a Grey Knight. So yeah, yeah. It looks like the Grey Knights are probably coming as well with their range refresh, but no Space Wolf on the horizon yet. I'm going to do a separate video on that because I think the Space Wolves are in for a really big treat. And I think when I say big treat, I think there's a certain Rus-shaped treat is going to be a part of that as well. So yeah, all in all, like we could, you know, I'm sure a lot of content creators are going to be doing this, making a lot of videos about a lot of things that we kind of see. But I found it really cool that artwork is obviously out in the wild already. It's something we've already seen, and it is a beautiful piece of artwork when you actually see the whole thing blown up. So yeah, Salamanders potentially coming to 40k, either as their own standalone army or supplement army, or as part of a sort of character update for Loyalist Marines. Either way, it's going to be an exciting time to be a Marine player. So if you haven't yet subscribed, please do so, like, share, and all that good stuff. You can check out my members and patrons if you want to follow me in another way. But that's me, peeps. Goodbye for now.